there's different types, you said, of confidence. There's the outward confidence, so like your physical appearance.
Mm-hmm.
There's the inward confidence, like you being comfortable with what your mind or your
mental state.
Your mental state. That's probably the one I have trouble with. And then there's the decision making confidence, which is that similar to the mental confidence, or is that?
Yeah, I mean it's also more of a, I think decisions like a wrap of everything. So there's even more than just those three of areas of confidence. But so there's the physical confidence in how you look.
Gaston
from Beauty and the Beast, which Calvin has mastered.
I'm going to be very confident next time I go there and order. At least on the outward, even more so than today.
You're going to walk up.
The Gaston. Everybody, whoa, that guy was so... I don't know why I was so confident ordering a spicy chicken. Anyway, I'm worrying about them again. I need to stop. I was worrying about them again. I just we worry about me. I just order what I order and then peace.
Just, move on with your life. Anyway. Physical confidence is being confident with yourself. And there's a quote that I read many years ago, and it said, confidence is walking into a room full of people and not having to compare yourself to them. Because if anyone watching this is like, oh wait, yeah, I do that, I probably shouldn't do that. Because like everyone will be like, oh, like comparing like your clothes to someone else's clothes or your hair to someone else's hair. And then you get like either jealous or you get kind of maybe even the opposite of jealous and you get kind of snooty, like, oh, I look so much better than them. And that's like the opposite direction you want to go. So you need to find like a happy medium where you don't compare in the first place. And that's when you're most confident in yourself, when you don't feel the need to judge someone or judge yourself. You know, you just kind of like live your life and you're comfortable in your skin.
I personally feel like I'm usually fairly confident, and not overly confident in my physical appearance, but confident in that I don't usually give it much thought. Like I'll throw on I have like 7 shirts and I'll wear one every day.
I can attest to that. Yeah, 7.
Exactly 7. No, I probably have like 10, but anyway, I wear about 5 to 7 of them constantly. And so yeah, I just put on the same stuff every day. I'm not too worried about it. But then, you know, again, in my mind, I'm constantly, oh, is so-and-so thinking this about me? Am I going to be worthy of being a tennis or pickleball coach if I can't beat person X, Y, Z in a match? You know, like kind of, I guess, devaluing myself. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So more mentally is where you struggle.
I think that's where I struggle with my confidence. Some things that have helped me with that, I've tried over the last couple of weeks, trying to be more aware of it and just really just like thinking about what I am good at and not thinking about like I'm better than this person or that person at tennis, but just thinking, oh, I've played tennis a long time. I have some insights and some things that are helpful to other people, and other people have said, oh, that's helpful. So like obviously it is helpful. So there's value in that. Just does that make any sense?
Yeah, that's what we were just talking about. Yeah. It's like you don't have to compare yourself because you're confident enough in your own abilities, which is good. Which is a good thing.
Very good. And so again, it starts with the self-worth and loving yourself. I think maybe, I don't know if we talked about this earlier on the podcast or at Chick-fil-A, but we were talking about, you know, loving yourself and having self-awareness that helps with your confidence, because then when you know what you're good at and you can kind of steer towards those things, and then you'll be more confident.
Talking about that at all.
Well, we probably didn't. I'm kind of going off of what we talked about.
He's going rogue.
Yeah, going rogue. I'm kind of going on my own thoughts right now, and it's just.
Which is good. Yeah, let's hear it.
I got interrupted.
You lost it.
No, it's what I was saying. I don't know.
That kind of took us out of physical confidence into mental confidence.
And then decision-making confidence.
Well, right now we're still mental. So we got out of physical because you mentioned about mentally when you're playing tennis that you're confident in your own abilities and skills where you don't have to compare yourself to other tennis players.
Mm-hmm.
So that attests to what we were talking about earlier about how you were able to walk up to the cashier fine, but mentally you kind of thinking oppositely. And then with the tennis, it's kind of like not only the opposite, but because mentally and physically, you're pretty good with yourself with tennis. Like, you know, you have good skills, and mentally, you know, you have good skills. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Which is good, and that's like the first few steps is getting your head
that makes sense.
in your mind.
And then the decision making, that's kind of that's like the Chick-fil-A food order anxiety, maybe. Like,
yeah,
I don't know what to order. Oh no, they're about to call my name. Brad's ready. I'm not. And order.
Yeah, like if you make a decision to go to a college, and you're like, and you made a decision in your mind, but then you doubt yourself, and you're not confident in that decision. We were talking about something earlier. I don't remember what it was.
Me neither. Oh, was it my publishing my
Yes,
content?
yes, it was. That was it. You remembered.
Okay, we remembered. So.
And scene.
And scene. All right.
Yeah, you need the little.
Click.
Take two.
Take two.
Okay, so decision making confidence. Calvin was talking to me earlier that he wanted my input on why he doesn't follow through with posting some things.
Can I set the scene real quick?
Yes.
So I have a gaming website where I teach people how to make and sell their own board game. And in this website, I have maybe 40 to 50 published articles. And then I have another 20 unpublished drafts that,
wow.
And I would say probably 10 of them are like 75% or more done, with like 5 of them being 95% or more done. But I've been struggling with actually finishing them and publishing them. And I think, well, first of all, it's kind of hard to finish them out, but really it's not too much harder than just doing the whole thing. But anyway, I think the big thing for me is that I get so nervous actually publishing them and worried about trolls making fun of me that they just sit in my draft pages section of my website. And so then, you know, no one gets to benefit from the work that I did because they're not published. So, there.
Scene is set. So that's the decision of being confident in the decision of, I made this video for a reason. People will watch this video for this reason, and it may benefit their life. It may not, but you know, I'm going to put it out there anyway, regardless if someone trolls on it and comments on it, and they might say something kind of snarky, but you know, they can always be blocked and deleted. It's definitely not
going to help someone just sitting in my draft folder.
Yeah.
It could help someone if I publish it and finish it and publish the post. But it's definitely not going to, and that's my intention, is to actually help people. In that case, help them make and sell their own board game, if that's what they're into. In this case, for my personal stuff, the Calvin Keeney stuff, like this podcast, it would be to help people be more confident or whatever the subject may be. But if I shoot this, you know, and we do this talk, I definitely feel obligated to publish this because you came out here. We made a big deal of it, so I'm definitely going to do that and follow through with that. But when it's just my own thing, like me writing something.
Well, today is November 30th, so we'll see when this actually gets posted.
Oh, I like that. Okay, that's...
You have a timeline.
Oh, man. Can we edit that out, too?
No. So the viewers now know.
That's amazing. Okay, well,
so you have to be confident in your content of your videos. Like, you made each video, they each have a different, like, topic line. And each one is going to be benefiting someone. So be confident that it's going to actually help someone. And, you know, take a risk. Put yourself out there.
All right, I will. I've done it before. It's just, you know, every time, especially lately, I haven't published anything, like a piece of content that I worked a long time on, such as like a podcast or something. I haven't really published one of those in a while. Months. It's probably been 6 or 7 months for my gaming website. But yeah, so I think I need to just do it. Stop worrying about the trolls.
Yeah, it's always that first step that's usually the hardest, of actually like convincing yourself to do something, following through, and then being happy with what you did.
All right, so especially for this piece of content, filming on November 30th, I got fire under my feet to go get it done. So, all right, I like that you did that.